Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world. Scared to get touched up in front of the world.
Are you saying that off of the last fight or just
in general?
In general.
In general.
Yeah.
Brian Norman Jr. has made waves with his surprising pick for the upcoming super lightweight championship clash, backing Shakur Stevenson to defeat Teofimo Lopez when they meet at Madison Square Garden on January 31st.
Now, I think that's gonna be a wonderful fight, to be real with you, but I feel like Shakur gonna pull it off. And the reason being is because of discipline.
Speaking candidly on Cigar Talk, several weeks removed from his devastating setback against Devin Haney, and his thoughts on upcoming contests that could reshape the landscape of multiple weight classes. His analysis of the Lopez versus Stevenson matchup revealed someone who has learned hard lessons about what separates good fighters from great ones at championship level. Norman's reasoning for backing Stevenson centers entirely on the concept of discipline and mental fortitude. He sees Stevenson as a fighter completely immune to external pressures and crowd reactions. The Newark sensation has built a reputation for prioritizing victory above entertainment value, never allowing hostile crowds or negative fan reactions to alter his game plan. Norman believes this unshakable focus on winning rather than pleasing spectators gives Stevenson a psychological edge that proves decisive in tight championship fights.
Shakur as a whole, he don't care about getting booed. He don't care about anything like that. He care about winning.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Y'all tried to boo him for the Edwin De Los Santos fight.
Yeah.
And y'all trying to downplay him and things of that nature. But look, y'all looking at him, ready to watch him fight again versus Teofimo. Would you look at that?
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But no matter what, who hand was raised. So I feel like Shakur gonna get that. And Teo, I ain't trying to take nothing from him. I feel like he's a great fighter as well, very athletic, very talented, and skillful as well, but I just feel like the patience of Shakur is what's gonna do it. Not necessarily anything, I won't say anything else at all, just straight up patience of Shakur. He don't mind just stealing you off on one and just moving. He don't mind.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's gonna make Teofimo more eager and overzealous. Like, look at him versus, what's the dude's name?
Jermaine Ortiz?
Yeah, Jermaine Ortiz, you feel me? He was trying to force it.
Yeah.
So I think that's where Shakur will try to take advantage. But who knows? Shakur may be on trying to be on some pressure stuff. Like
he
you seen, yeah, you seen. So maybe he trying to prove a point as well. And maybe he running high off the Terrence Crawford Canelo thing. He probably trying to prove a point like him and do something with it. So it's really a toss up. But for the most part, leaning towards Shakur.
Former light heavyweight kingpin Antonio Tarver offered a completely different tactical assessment when breaking down potential paths to victory. Tarver believes Lopez faces an extremely narrow route to success and may need to stop Stevenson inside the distance to have any realistic chance of keeping his championship. The Magic Man emphasized that Lopez must embrace every element that makes him dangerous and avoid falling into a technical boxing match where Stevenson's superior fundamentals would likely prevail. Tarver highlighted Lopez's footwork as a potentially crucial weapon that could help him close distance and work effectively on the inside. He characterized Lopez as a fighter who operates without rigid adherence to a single style, instead adapting and improvising based on what each moment requires. This unpredictability combined with genuine courage makes Lopez a live underdog, despite entering the contest with most observers favoring his opponent.
I think that's the only chance he got, is to really be his ultra self, you know, doing all the things that makes him Teofimo Lopez. The footwork could be a major advantage for him. You know, being able to get inside. You know, a lot of times he fights free. You know, he don't really have a style. He does what it takes. And he's a gutsy fighter. You know what I mean? Real gutsy. He's not going to be leery to take chances. He's a gambler in there. You know what I'm saying? So he's a live underdog, I would say.
The concern Tarver raised about Stevenson's hand durability adds an intriguing dimension to the tactical puzzle. Stevenson underwent surgical procedures in late 2024 to repair damage to his sagittal band and collateral ligament. While Stevenson has competed twice since that surgery and defeated both Josh Padley and William Zepeda during 2025, questions remain about whether those hands can withstand the punishment of of a sustained war with a powerful opponent like Lopez. Tarver suggested that if the fight becomes a genuine slugfest with both men throwing heavy leather, those previously injured hands might become a factor. He questioned whether Stevenson's fragile fingers could hold up well enough to put genuine dents in someone as durable and resilient as Lopez if the contest evolves into a phone booth brawl rather than the technical chess match Stevenson prefers.
A live underdog, but if he's to win this fight, I think he has to probably stop Shakur Stevenson. He's going to have to hit him with something, and let's hope Shakur's hands hold up. I still believe if he's in a fisticuff, and he has to slug it out, those brutal hands going to have to hold up if he want to put a dent in Teofimo Lopez.
IBF super lightweight champion Richardson Hitchens provided perhaps the most emphatic prediction of all the boxing voices weighing in on this contest. The fighter known as Africa pulled no punches when declaring his belief that Stevenson will dominate Lopez comprehensively. Hitchens characterized the skill gap as significant, placing Stevenson on a different level entirely from Lopez despite acknowledging that Lopez possesses legitimate gifts as a fighter. The IBF champion acknowledged that Lopez brings genuine talent to the ring and noted that Stevenson's defensive-minded approach could potentially work against him if he becomes too passive. However, Hitchens ultimately believes the gap in high-level boxing ability between these two competitors will prove insurmountable for Lopez to overcome.
Yeah, I think it can be competitive. Yeah. Tio is real gifted. Shakur is real defensive, and I feel like when a fighter is super defensive, it can play against you also. Because if you go in there trying to be really defensive, it can play against you. But Shakur's a high-level boxer, and Tio ain't on Shakur level. Tio know that, and like I told Tio when I see him, I said it's different. He told me that me and Shakur is used to each other. That's why I feel like it's different. He said Shakur not used to.
Zab Judah brought tremendous passion and enthusiasm when sharing his complete faith in Stevenson's chances. The former champion painted a vivid picture of Stevenson as a fighter who operates on an entirely different plane from ordinary boxers. Judah believes Stevenson's defensive brilliance and perfect timing will completely shut down whatever offensive output Lopez attempts to generate throughout the contest. From Judah's perspective, Stevenson controls every exchange while making opponents swing at nothing but air and empty space. He pointed specifically to the work Stevenson has done training alongside Terrence Crawford as evidence of evolution into something truly special. Judah views Stevenson and Crawford as representatives of a new generation of cerebral fighters who accomplish extraordinary things through intelligence and skill rather than relying primarily on physical attributes.
But I said this before. I said it a long time ago with Tio and when they was making the match before. Tio's a good fighter, but this type of style Tio possesses, you're gonna break him up. You're gonna break him up. You can't beat what you can't hit. You can't. It's impossible. That boy ain't nothing to f around with.
Right.
Poor boy, he's something out of the Matrix Part 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. He you know what I'm saying? He pulling shit away and hit you with. Well, come on. I'm loving him. He's dope. I mean, I always spoke highly of him. Always. Mm-hmm. From Newark, I've been knowing him from a kid. I've been hearing about him, I know his granddaddy. I know him. They solid people. Solid. You know what I mean? He perfects his skill, perfects his craft. He come from good stock. What can I say, man? The boy is, he don't got no kind of mental issues where he go in and out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he right there. He on you. He on breakdown destruction mode. That's it.
Trainer Robert Garcia found himself in an awkward position when analyzing this matchup because of personal relationships complicating his objectivity. Garcia has genuine affection for both Lopez and his father, creating an emotional bias toward wanting Lopez to emerge victorious from Madison Square Garden. Despite these feelings pulling at his heart, Garcia's professional assessment forced him to admit that Stevenson appears more technically polished. Garcia praised Lopez's warrior mentality and mental toughness, but struggled to pick Lopez based purely on skill evaluation. His commentary revealed the internal conflict between personal loyalty and objective analysis that even respected trainers experience when people they care about face difficult challenges. Garcia's hesitation to fully commit to Lopez, despite wanting him to win, spoke volumes about how he truly views the technical matchup.
It's a fucking badass fight. I can't wait for it to happen, but I can't pick a winner.
You can't pick, so you're gonna be a fan for that one?
I'm gonna be a fucking fan for that one. I can't pick a winner.
But that's a big fight.
Deep inside, I would love to see Teofimo pull it out.
Who does Pita have?
I don't know. You gotta ask.
He's right behind you. Pita, who wins?
Pita.
Teofimo or Shakur? Why? Why? Your son has Shakur. You love Shakur?
Yeah, but I like it.
It's a good fight.
Yeah, it's not an easy fight.
Lamont Roach Jr. recently forced his way into the super lightweight draw against Isaac Cruz that established him as a legitimate threat at the weight class. The former super featherweight champion offered a bold prediction suggesting this will not be competitive whatsoever. Roach believes Stevenson's mental edge and ring intelligence will completely overwhelm Lopez from the opening bell to the final round. When questioned about whether Lopez also possesses speed, technical skills, and boxing intelligence, but referenced moments from Lopez's past as evidence that Stevenson's advantages run considerably deeper than surface-level comparisons might suggest.
After I beat Pitbull Cruz, you have Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. I'd love to fight the winner of that fight. If Shakur wins at 40 or 35, if Teo wins at 40 for his championship belt. I like to steer clear of anything else and make that a priority. If we can't come to an agreement, I'll be the interim 140-pound champion for the WBC. Right now, the champion is Sabril Matias. He's fighting Dalton Smith. I like to fight the winner of those two.
You're sitting in the prime now of your career. You've been grinding. I can tell you've been grinding for a long time.
This fight right here sets me up for a lot of lanes. I like to fight all the champions. That's how I like to do things.
Four-division champion Roy Jones Jr. provided tactical insight focused on what Lopez absolutely must do to hand Stevenson his first professional defeat. Jones stressed that Lopez needs to embrace high-risk strategies and demonstrate willingness to trade punches rather than attempting to outbox Stevenson from distance, where the challenger's advantages become most pronounced. Jones believes Stevenson's polished skills, exceptional hand speed, and defensive mastery make him incredibly difficult to hit cleanly with anything meaningful. This reality leaves Lopez with limited options beyond absorbing shots while landing his own power punches in exchanges. The ultimate outcome depends entirely on which fighter possesses stronger desire and hunger for victory when the fight reaches its most critical moments.
Stylistically, man, how does Shakur beat Teo and vice versa? Stylistically, how does Teo beat Shakur?
Stylistically, Teo got to go in and go for broke. He got to go gamble. He got to take some, get some, and that's just the only way to win. If he stays outside and boxes, Shakur gonna pick him apart. Shakur's a polished boxer with some of the best feet in the game right now, and he's a defensive-minded fighter, which is very smart. It's hard to hit him. He makes you gamble to hit him, and he's gonna be a tough one to deal with. But if Teofimo is willing to gamble to beat him, then Teofimo can definitely make it a really good fight.
Veteran coach Abel Sanchez addressed concerns that the fight might become a tedious affair that fails to deliver entertainment value for the paying public. Sanchez acknowledged legitimate worries about the spectacle given both fighters' capabilities and recent performances, but expressed optimism that Lopez would bring action by adopting the lead role as aggressor. Sanchez suggested that Lopez needs to press forward and force the action consistently. Otherwise, both fighters might adopt wait-and-see approaches that would result in a lackluster spectacle disappointing to fans. The veteran coach's analysis reflected understanding that both fighters possess the ability to make this fight boring if they choose caution over aggression.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you and he wants to counter punch. He's gonna have to be a different guy this time. He's gonna have to attack. He's gonna have to be leading the fight, or else it's gonna be a boring fight. I don't think it'll be a boring fight, but if he sits back and waits for Shakur, Shakur's going to wait for him, then it's not going to be exciting. But I think Teofimo will attack. I think Teofimo has to attack. I think Teofimo has to do what Zab did, except for Teofimo's a lot more talented than Zab was. So I think that, I honestly, I see a draw. I don't know why I see a draw, but I just see them both having great rounds and giving us the kind of fight that I think the public is looking for.
Ryan Garcia contributed his perspective during public discussion, arguing that stylistic matchups favor Stevenson because Lopez performs best when opponents initiate exchanges that provide counter-punching opportunities. Against Stevenson's cautious approach, Lopez will need to become the aggressor, which does not perfectly align with his natural instincts and preferred fighting style. Garcia pointed out while Lopez can apply pressure when circumstances demand it, he typically prefers waiting for openings rather than creating them through sustained attack. This stylistic preference could prove problematic against an opponent like Stevenson, who refuses to provide the openings Lopez typically exploits against more aggressive opposition.
I got Shakur Stevenson beat him.
You got Shakur? You don't think Teo's gonna win?
Nah, bro. Nah,
Damn, bro,
stop
I'm not gonna lie. I got
crazy.
Tio too, bro.
You guys got Tio? How much you guys want to bet, bro?
I got two.
How much you guys want to bet? Anytime.
Bet, bro. I don't got money compared to you.
Nah, I'll bet. Hey, I'll bet in your tax bracket, bro.
100. Let's do 100.
I'll bet 100, bro. Let's
bet 100.
Yeah, let's do 100.
I'll bet 500 on Tio. And what form of style you think Shakur would beat Tio?
Boxing him like he always does, bro.
You think it's going to decision?
Tio down? Nah. Tio, they're gonna be playing chess for a little bit, and then Shakur's gonna break away by like the 4th, 5th, 6th, and then it's gonna get ugly by like the 9th, 10th. I think Shakur gonna start picking them apart nasty.
I don't see that happening. I see Shakur on his pedal bike all night.
Nah, bro. What? Teofimo don't even put pressure like that. How can he be on a pedal bike if he don't put no pressure, real pressure like that?
But Tio could crack a little bit.
Yeah, he could crack, but he's not a pressure fighter.
They
so
both got tough
why
ass
would
defense, though.
Yeah, Shakur just has to watch for a single shot here, single shot there. He's not gonna worry about volume coming forward, hard hitting guys. He's gonna be watching for 1, 2 shots at a time. Teofimo just doesn't put pressure like that for Shakur to even run. You know, it's just that's just what it is. Unless he changes up his whole game plan and his whole fighting style.
The chorus of voices throughout the boxing community reflects genuine intrigue about this matchup, despite most observers leaning toward Stevenson as the likely victor. The January 31st date at Madison Square Garden represents a fitting venue for a contest carrying implications well beyond the championship belts at stake. 2 additional world title contests support the main event, creating a stacked card for fans attending or watching from home.